weekly syndicated radio program, The Conspiracy Show, is heard Sunday nights at 11 p.m. Eastern. And my daily afternoon drive radio program, The Richard Serrett Show, can be heard on News Talk Saga 960 AM. You can find everything in one place, strangeplanet.ca, strangeplanet.ca. All right, back to Open Lines when Coast to Coast AM continues. Don't go away.
Thinking about life insurance? What if you could make one free phone call and learn your best price from nearly a dozen highly rated, price-competitive companies? Well, that's exactly what happens when you call Select Quote Life. For example, George is 40. He was getting sky-high quotes from other companies because he takes meds to control his blood pressure. But when I shopped around, I found him a 10-year, $500,000 policy for under $25 a month. I'm Select Quote Agent Dan Sabino. And believe me, if Select Quote isn't shopping for your life insurance, you're probably paying for it. For your free quote, call 800-519-0447. That's 800-519-0447. 800-519-0447. Or go to SelectQuote.com. Since 1985, we shop, you save.
Get full details on the example policy at SelectQuote.com/commercials. Returns could vary depending on your health, issuing company, and other factors. Not available in all states.
Sometimes the world can seem a cold place, so we gotta bring a warmth to it. Sometimes the world can seem a broken place, so we gotta strive to fix it. At the end of the day, we are empowered to create the world we want to live in. So we prepare for the worst, but we must always, always expect the best. Smith & Wesson, empowering Americans.
Whether you're vaccinated or not, it's important to know the symptoms of COVID and its variants. Fever is the leading sign, and only the Excursion temple scanner thermometer has been proven accurate with more than 100 clinical studies. Non-contact thermometers have no clinical evidence behind them and cannot be relied on. Be vigilant and seek medical advice at the first sign of fever. Be accurate with Excursion. Learn more at Excursion.com.
Let's dive back into the calls, and we better check in with John in Westerville, Ohio. Make sure he made it to the phone this time. Hey, John, welcome back. Oh dear, John in Westerville, are you there? No. Okay. Let's say hi to Walt in Allentown, Pennsylvania. Hello, Walt. Do we have Walt? Walt. Going once. Twice. All right, 3 times. Okay. We're going to say hi to Wayne in Milwaukee. Hello, Wayne. Welcome to Coast.
Good morning, Richard. I'm calling from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I hope you can hear me.
I can.
You were looking for information on making an ice rink in your backyard.
Yes.
Look it up on YouTube. There's many videos on how to make one, how to surface it, how to maintain it, and think about the size you want to make, and you'll be able to make one in your backyard from videos on YouTube.
Well, I know I could do that, Wayne, but I was hoping actually, someone would talk to me about it. That would be more interesting. I mean, I can go on YouTube. We can just about do anything by watching a YouTube video. Have you ever built a backyard rink, Wayne?
No, I haven't, but I've done enough speed skating and ice skating, both indoor and outdoor rinks, to know what it's like, and so that's my best information for you would be try YouTube, and they show lots of videos.
Oh, of course. Do you prefer skating on a natural ice outdoors, like on a pond, or indoors in a skating rink, Wayne?
We have a rink up here. We used to have a rink up here, the Olympic rink at the State Fair in West Allis, Wisconsin, that was outside with a refrigeration unit underneath it, and they
Right.
could make it at like glass, and it was actually held Olympic trials there and that kind of thing, and it was perfect ice, and if your skates weren't absolutely perfectly sharp, you were all over the place. You couldn't stand, and because the ice was so smooth. Indoor rinks, I've done both. They're both fine. So
Right.
just
That's what I
one
want.
of
I
those
want the rink. I want the rink to be like glass.
Then you'll have to buy yourself a Zambini.
A Zamboni, yes.
A Zamboni.
That's it. You know, the Zamboni was invented in my hometown, I'm told, anyway. I don't take this to the bank, but I'm told it was invented in my hometown of Brantford, Ontario. Also the home of one of the great hockey players of all time, Wayne Gretzky. There you go. All right, Wayne, thank you for that. Look it up on YouTube. Well, of course I could do that. How am I going to do a radio show if everyone says this? Well, look it up on YouTube. All right. I'm kidding you, Wayne, but thank you for the call. Eric is in Indiana. Hello, Eric. Welcome.
Hi. Hey, this is Eric the Micro guy. How's everybody doing tonight?
We're all well.
That's a good thing. Hey, a little while ago, caller was talking about some of the toys we used to have when we was younger.
G.I. Joe, Johnny West.
Oh, yeah. I'm 56, so a lot of the stuff that I grew up with, I don't even believe they make anymore. And I doubt a lot of the younger folks have even heard of them. But I remember, like, they used to have Billy Blastoff and...
I remember Billy Blastoff, yes.
Yeah. And I saw commercials on YouTube, old vintage commercials. I'm thinking, wow, it really did happen. They really did have that kind of stuff. Because today you never even hear about that thing. But what I was talk about was the Aurora models that we all used to have back in those days.
Yes.
The monster models. Do
Oh,
you,
yes.
by chance, have any idea how many of the different monster models or the dinosaur and like Neanderthal, Cro-Magnon man models that Aurora actually made?
I don't. I mean, I'm guessing, what, maybe hundreds?
Well, I know they probably made hundreds, but I was thinking in those categories, as far as the monster models, like you had Frankenstein, Dracula, Wolfman, Christian Black Lagoon, the Witch, the Hunchback of Notre Dame, the Forgotten Prisoner, Azenda, Rodan, Godzilla, King Kong, and the Mummy, I think, was another one, and Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. And I just didn't know if you were a collector of those models from way back.
I wasn't. I was not. My next door neighbor, I grew up, my next door neighbor was my best friend since I was like 4 years old, and he had, I think they were the Aurora models, and he had the monsters, but these, they flew, they would glow in the dark. Were those Aurora?
Yes, they had, when those models came out, they had two different parts of it that would come with it. They would either have the one that glowed in the dark, or they had the other head, which you could just paint them up. A lot of people would paint them and sit them there, but of course, a lot of young kids, we like the glow-in-the-dark stuff.
Right, yeah. He had the ones with the white face, the white mask, and it would glow in the dark.
Yes, that's absolutely true. And, of course, you know, over the years, when I was younger, I was into models, but I've gotten out of that stuff since then. As far as the model industry today in 2001, do you know if they do any of that kind of stuff anymore?
How do you mean? Do what kind of stuff? Like monster models?
Yeah, has anybody gone back and started remaking the old vintage models that we grew up with?
I don't know. Because I was never really into models, but as I say, you know, all that stuff is coming back. I think people of our age, we want to harken back to our healthy youth, and it would be great for someone to bring that stuff back.
Oh yeah, because I know on the social media site called Pinterest, which basically specializes in pictures, and you can find a lot of pictures, snapshots that people have taken for those models that they still have. I know trying to find them on eBay and places like that, they can get kind of pricey.
Yeah,
Trying to find that stuff. But anyway, I just thought I'd bring that up.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much. All the best. All the best. Let's say hi to, let's see, Matt is in Phoenix, Arizona. Hello, Matt. Welcome. Good morning.
Yes, I am. Hello.
Hi there.
How you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
Great. Hey, man, you need to set up a GoFundMe page for this project.
What, to build an ice rink?
Yes.
Oh, I don't need to raise money. I can pay for it. I just need some tips on how to make a really good ice surface. I don't want it to be bumpy. I'm probably going to use a liner, but if people have tips, that's what I'm looking for.
Okay. I think you need to find yourself a thermal engineer and a civil engineer.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. No.
I'm not thinking of building, I don't want to build a Boston garden. I just want to, I just want to make some ice in my backyard.
Yes, sir. I get it.
A thermal engineer, my word.
Yeah, but man, if you want to build this, I love your idea, and I want to support you.
I appreciate that. All right, well, if there's any thermal engineers out there.
Definitely put in $500 for you.
Oh, that's very kind. I'm not looking for donations. I'm just looking for a few tips and a few recipes to make a nice ice surface so they can play hockey. Also, because you can't, if you're going to play hockey, unless you want to chase the puck every time you shoot it, it's going to go flying. I got to build boards probably like 3-4 feet tall, right, so that the puck stays in the rink. All right, let's see. Sherry is in Long Beach. I don't think Sherry has ice rink advice for me in Long Beach, but who knows? Hey, Sherry, good morning.
Oh, you are so wrong, Mr. Richard. We're going to need a bigger boat. Sharon, how are you doing?
You are going to tell me how to build an ice rink.
I am going to tell you how to build an ice rink. Number one, I am half French-Canadian, Winnipeg territory. So I'm a skier, but I'm a SoCal girl. So my dream has always been to skate outside. So I got to just say, you're an awesome dad, because I can tell you right now, as an 8-year-old, I used to love, and I would die if I couldn't go skating every weekend. I mean, I would spend hours at the rink. But the way, I have to say, the way you asked somebody to call in to tell you how to make ice. Now, I'm in Long Beach. Real quick, I could tell you, all you need is a bathtub and a lot of cedar bed, but that's not what we're talking about here.
No, that's not what we're talking about.
I'm going to be comic relief, so that's the first thing. But here's what you need. I would get something that will keep the ice frozen. A liner, if it gets really, really cold and you can do the liner thing, I think all you do is just build your 3-foot retaining wall, put your liner down so it goes up real pretty high, so, you got, enough, a foot tall, thick ice, because they're going to tear it up, Us figure skaters don't like hockey skaters. You guys tear up the ice. Mm-hmm. And then I would basically get a giant 3D in a water can and tie it to one of the back of the boys and just have him be your Zamboni, and there's your rink. I think you could do it really. I mean, how exciting! You're an awesome dad to do that.
Oh, thank you.
And then the other thing, real quick, I went camping once by myself for 5 days on Purgatory Mountain in Colorado at 9,200 feet. And on Sunday, it was BLM territory. There was nobody around. I was by myself on Sunday. Everybody was leaving. So I was just me and my dog, and I was starting to freak out. So I hung my feet up at bare level nose height. So, they would at least go for the food and I could run away. But I can say that I didn't get abducted. I didn't go missing. But I have a great idea for that man that called the missing people. Right. What if people, when you check in with the Ford service, if you're going to go, camping or whatever, and you get a GPS bracelet or something, you know what I mean? Because there's also indigenous women that are going missing. I mean, it's a big problem. But also, I think I'm somewhat of a remote viewer. Tommy has my information, so if that gentleman wants to call back, I'd be more than willing to do some remote viewing for him. I don't know if everybody remembers Chandra Lee. I know I had heard on the news she was jogging in Washington, D.C., and it just popped in my head that she was going to be found by water on a riverbank, and that's exactly where she found. So I know
As I remember, she was found in the exact place where they had looked previously. So it was like they looked there, she wasn't there, and then she got moved there, perhaps. Do you remember that?
wow. I remember Condit. I mean, he was a weirdo. That whole thing was just bizarre, but I remember I wrote somebody an email, and I don't really do that kind of stuff, but, there's something, I'm an empath a little bit, so maybe that stuff screams at me, but these park abductions are crazy. Sometimes, the clothes are found inside out, and the person's gone. Or you're talking to somebody, and you turn around, and they're just gone. I mean, and I do think that, aliens are probably demons, because if we were back in, somebody show me a book written back in the 1800s that talks about gray things in your bedroom. That's what I want to read.
Right,
You know what I mean? It's or for God's sake, somebody get him on camera. As soon as I see his little gray face on the camera looking into it. But anyways, that's my spiel for tonight. I hope you have a great holiday.
Well, actually, a number of people have wished me a happy Thanksgiving, but up here in Canada, we celebrate Thanksgiving in October, right? Well, you should know that. You're from Winnipeg.
No, my friend's Canadian, from London was her name. My grandparents were from there. So I've never been there. I've actually never been East Coast, and pretty much been stuck in Southern California my whole life.
Oh, you poor thing.
I'm so
okay, these are the two primary differences between Canadians and Americans. You celebrate Thanksgiving in November, we celebrate in October. You buy your milk in jugs, we buy it in bags. And that's it. Other than that, we're the same.
Wow. That's smart, because that's pretty much how we get the milk in the first place.
Yeah, that's true. Never thought of it that way. All right, Sherry, great to talk to you. Thank you so much. Who would have thought I would get ice rink building tips from Southern California? Where are you people in Minnesota and North Dakota? Come on, step it up. Let's say hi to first-time caller Frank is in St. Michael's, Maryland. Hello, Frank.
Yes, good morning, Mr. Richard.
Good morning.
This happened to me just a few months ago, and I'm 66 years old, and I'm not prone to hallucinations, okay? I was at a desolate place in the mountains of western Maryland. I was in my car. It was about 10:30 at night, and I was reading. And I caught something out of the corner of my eye, and I looked, and in my left rearview mirror, I saw this light traveling through the trees across the field, which was about 100 yards away. And I thought, that looks kind of strange, because I checked the other parking lot, and there was nobody else there. And so all of a sudden, this thing changed direction in the blink of an eye, and it's like, whoa, what's this? So I got out of my car, and I walked toward it. It was a blue orb, if I can call it that. And it was floating, if you will, up and down, and it would disappear a little bit down in the switchgrass. And then it floated down like it was up at the ground level. And then it came at me, directly at me, of a distance of about 50 or 60 yards, and stopped about 30 yards away. And then this blue LED-looking light did rise from the switchgrass and just hovered there for about, 5 or 6 seconds, and floated back down to the ground and went out.
Wow, the blue orb. I hear a lot about those.
Yeah, I was stunned.
I can imagine.
I was not afraid. It was quite bright. But
did it seem to have intelligence? Did it have intelligence?
Well, I don't know. It was a light.
Well, just by the way it moved. Listen, hold on, and we'll pick it up on the other side, if you're good for that. All right, here are the small faces. Not the small faces, just the regular faces. The faces. Ooh la la, taking us into the break on Coast to Coast AM.
The trap you and abuse you before you even know. The love is blind and you're fucking kind. Don't ever let it show.
on the hour, on the half, and when it breaks. I'm Mark Ronner from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. LA County health officials say more than half of the county is fully vaccinated. The county health officer says of the 10.3 million living in LA County, 71% have received at least one dose of the COVID-19 vaccine. Hospitalizations have crept up a bit. On Wednesday, there were 551 people being treated for the virus. As of this morning, there were 553. A week ago, there were 584 patients. The Vatican says Pope Francis will travel to Greece next week. He'll meet with Greek officials, hold Mass, and meet with young students. The parish priest at a Catholic church in Athens, Father George Dagas, says the Pope's visit is a dream come true for their small community.
He's coming here as a visible sign of unity for Catholics of the whole world, and also unity among the Christians themselves.
Pope Francis will be only the second pontiff to visit the predominantly Greek Orthodox country. Southland weather from KFI, sunny today and 70 at the beaches, 78 in LA and OC, 80 in the valleys, and upper 70s to low 80s in the Inland Empire. High 70s tomorrow through Tuesday. We lead local. From the KFI 24-hour newsroom, I'm Mark Ronner.
New problem at Van Dimas on the eastbound side of the 210 at Van Dimas Avenue. It's a crash and car fire over in the right shoulder area. No lanes blocked at this time, but as the fire department arrives on the scene, they may take away those right lanes there. So watch out for that. Stay to the left side. On the westbound side of the 210 before Milken, heading through Rancho Cucamonga, Charles car taken away to the right. And again, some minor slow needs to come up on that. And Redlands on the westbound side of the 210 at San Bernardino Avenue. The Charles car moves out of the mainline lanes to the off-ramp, but it is a bit slow from the 10 freeway. KFI in the sky helps get you faster. I'm Robert Sabucky.
Walgreens is making Medicare easier than ever with the new Find Rx coverage tool. Compare plans online, over the phone, or in person for free. Find the plan that's right for you, plus low-cost copays by visiting walgreens.com/Medicare.
My part-time service in the Army National Guard makes it possible for me to be more for the community I call home. I'm a better neighbor because my service has taught me how important it is to be a team player. My training helps me in my classes when I give attention to detail to the task at hand. My service in the Army National Guard allows me to keep my country safe from threats. Learn more about how you too can live and serve part-time by visiting nationalguard.com.
Sponsored by the California Army National Guard. Aired by the California Broadcasters Association and this station.
As parents, we've done everything we can to keep our kids safe, happy, and healthy during this pandemic. From finding the best face masks to making sure their hands are clean. And now we have the best tool to help keep them even safer. The most important thing we can do is vaccinate our kids to protect them against COVID-19. Vaccines have been proven safe and effective for children 5 and up. Talk to your child's doctor or visit myturn.ca.gov to find a vaccine near you. Brought to you by the California Department of Public Health.
Sometimes love can be deadly. The Crazy in Love podcast digs into real-life stories of relationships that took a gruesome turn. Each week, exploring new cases about murder in the name of love.
He was obsessed. He was a stalker. He wouldn't take no for an answer.
Overkill is an outward manifestation of the highest level of anger a human being can actually achieve.
Listen to Crazy in Love on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts. Brought to you by DuckDuckGo. Protect your privacy online for free with DuckDuckGo.
Here to announce the all-new, all-electric Ford F-150 Lightning is Hall of Fame running back Eric Dickerson.
I drive an F-150 myself, and I love it.
Well, F-150 Lightning's got everything you love about yours and more, like the Pro Power onboard generator that can power your tailgate or home.
Sounds like the truck of the future.
You heard it here first. Reserve your 2022 Ford F-150 Lightning today at buyfordnow.com.
And visit your Southern California Ford dealers.
This Thanksgiving, Sit and Sleep wants to prevent you from buying a real turkey, the wrong mattress. So come to Sit and Sleep's extended Black Friday sale and get fitted for just the right mattress with our bed match technology. Save 50% off select Sealy, Beautyrest, and Kingstown, plus get $500 off Tempur-Pedic adjustable sets. And with your good credit, get interest-free financing for 36 months with your minimum monthly payment. So this year, make sure the only turkey you buy is the one you eat, not the wrong mattress during Sit and Sleep's extended Black Friday sale.
Every day, our lives are filled with choices, both simple and life-changing. Something that's not a choice, addiction to opioids. But even if you have opioid use disorder, you still have a choice. By choosing treatment, you choose family, your career, and your life on your terms. Choose more for yourself and choose Change California. Find Find a medically proven treatment option that's right for you at choosechangeca.org.
Panera believes in saying yes to the good things. Yes to mac and cheese. Yes to topping it with cheesy Parmesan crisp. And yes to putting it all on a sandwich. The new grilled mac and cheese sandwich. Get $1 delivery when you order on the app. Panera. Live your yes. Restrictions apply.
KFI AM 640. More stimulating talk.
The first-time caller line is 818-501-4721. To talk to Richard from east of the Rockies, call 800-825-5033. From west of the Rockies, toll free, call 800-618-8255. This is Coast to Coast AM with your guest host, Richard Serrett.
I want to set up a special hotline for Kim Carnes. Maybe one day, she'll call in. I love Kim Carnes. I love that song. I play it every time I'm on the program because it speaks to me. It speaks to me. And I'm just imagining, the royalties, just because I'm playing it every time I'm on the show. I probably put, one of her grandchildren through dental school. She owes me a phone call. The presence of two previously undetected galaxies, some 29 billion light years away, suggests our understanding of the early universe is unsettlingly deficient. That's a hard word, unsettlingly deficient. Introducing Rebels 12-2 and Rebels 29-2, two galaxies that until very recently we didn't even know existed. The light from these galaxies took 13 billion years to get here, as these objects formed shortly after the Big Bang. The ongoing expansion of the universe places these ancient galaxies at roughly 29 billion light years from Earth. New research published in Nature suggests Rebels 12-2 and Rebels 29-2 had escaped detection up until this point because our view of these galaxies is clouded by thick layers of cosmic dust. The Hubble Space Telescope, as mighty as it is, could not peer through the celestial haze. It took the ultra-sensitive ELMA telescope in Chile to spot the galaxies in what turned out to be a fortuitous accident. You can read more about these two previously undetected galaxies in the news section up at coasttocoastam.com. And I'll be back in the Coast to Coast AM air chair tonight, Saturday night, into Sunday morning. In the first half, author, researcher Don Jeffries joins me to explore the mysteries, corruption, and numerous unnatural deaths which have long plagued the entertainment industry. The deaths of John Lennon, Elvis Presley, Marilyn Monroe, and Natalie Wood, among others, will be scrutinized. In the second half, a recent proposal for how the military and the intelligence community address the UAP phenomena could strengthen efforts to share that information with the public. Micah Hanks, writer, researcher of unexplained phenomena, will be here to discuss recent UAP-related events in Washington and the Gillibrand Amendment and more. All right, back to Open Lines right here on Coast to Coast AM.
If you're tired of big cable bills, you can get Newsmax TV for free. And millions are watching Newsmax, available now on major cable systems or free on smart TVs like Samsung, LG, and Vizio. Also find it on Roku, Xumo, Pluto, Amazon Fire, TiVo, Apple TV, and more. 7 million Americans have downloaded the free Newsmax app on their phone. It takes just seconds to watch it anytime. Download it today and find out why Forbes calls Newsmax a news powerhouse.
We're planning a trip to Spain later this year.
But our Spanish is...
It's pretty bad. So we're using Babbel.
Babbel's conversation-based method teaches you real-life words and phrases. And with Babbel's interactive, bite-sized lessons, you'll remember what you learned.
There's no easier way to learn another language.
Ahora hablamos español.
He just said, now we speak Spanish.
Babbel, language for life. Now try Babbel for free. Just go to Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com.
Real people, real stories.
I have acute eczema. I have tried every cream and ointment that you can imagine. It was pretty miserable. So I started taking Avora, and At this point, I don't want to ever be without it.
Our little dog developed this lymph problem. The chemotherapy lasted for 6 months. He started developing more lymph nodes that were swelled up. So I thought I'd just try carnivore. The lymph nodes started to go down, swelling dead. Then I took him into the vet to have him checked out, and there was no signs at all inside.
My cat had issues that developed in his eye, so my veterinarian said, you know what, let's go ahead and remove the eye. I heard the carnivore advertising, so I said, you know what, I'm going to order this product. They did all the tests. I kid you not, this product saved his eye.
Call 866-836-8735. That's 866-836-8735. Or visit carnivore.com. That's carnivora.com.
So now, the ice rink calls come flooding in. Flooding. See what I did there? Well, if you know about ice rinks, you have to flood them. And I'm getting ice rink advice from Michael here in San Antonio, Texas. Michael, first-time caller, welcome. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you this morning, Richard?
I'm well. Now, you're down in San Antonio. What experience do you have with ice rinks?
I was born in Alaska, in Valdez, Alaska, at the end of the Trans-Alaska Pipeline.
Oh, all right. Deep out. All right.
I grew up skating, playing hockey, and my dad used to build rinks in the backyard. And the way he would do it is he would build basically he would take the snow and build berms all the way around in the size of the rink that we wanted, and he would wet the berms, let them freeze over.
Some moist.
Right.
And when they froze over, he would flood the rink, let that the first kind of 6 inches or 3. I don't think it was 6 inches, it was more like 3 or 4 inches. Freeze over, and then just like the lady from California said, he would take a squeegee and would run the squeegee across while he was putting more water on, like another thin layer of water. And then as it snowed in, let that freeze, and it would be pretty smooth. You're still gonna get your bumps. You're not gonna be able to get a perfectly smooth rink outside, unfortunately.
Satisfying, Steve.
Let that food out, and as it was snowing, he would do the same thing over and over again with the squeegee. And industrial, squeegee that you clean out, with or whatever.
Yeah.
That's what he would use, and we skated pretty much all winter on that. We couldn't afford liners, so.
You can set it off.
2011. Back when we were younger. This is kind of a new innovation, I think. It makes it a lot easier, but so you make the walls first, and then you freeze them, and then that holds the water in.
Correct. Yeah. So he makes berms.
You can set it off from 2011.
Our school had rinks too that we would